This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notifications, and of course, that like button. The bad actors don't want more people knowing about all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, GameStop announced today that they bought 4,710 Bitcoin. Okay? And in my opinion, and I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GameStop. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell Bitcoin. But in my opinion, this is great news. But somehow the price of GME crashed. Okay? They crashed the stock back down. Do you guys believe that AMC retail investors were selling at $36? Do you think institutions that are long on GME were selling at $36? They were not. This is just the bad actors doubling and tripling down on the counterfeit shorts, and everybody knows what they're doing. The SEC knows, the DOJ knows, the FBI knows, and they do absolutely nothing about it because the majority of the victims of these crimes are who? Retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. And the thing is this, we don't even know where they bought in at. They might have bought in when it was still under 80,000 a coin. So now they have to be up. What would that be? Up like 29%, 30% on their Bitcoin investment if they bought when they first announced it? The bottom line is this. Anybody that's paying attention knows that GME is a great long-term play. And once again, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GME. But in my opinion, and I've said this multiple times, GME is going to be the Berkshire Hathaway of our generation because they're sitting on so much cash and they got Ryan Cohen at the helm. And one of the important things to me, and this is just my opinion, the fact that he does not take a salary and his money is based on making sure the price of GME goes up. That is how he makes his money. That's how he becomes profitable, is by increasing the value of GME. When you have a CEO whose compensation is based on the performance of the stock, you have a CEO who is vested or invested in making sure the company grows. And that is what Ryan Cohen is doing for GME. And even though the bad actors are able to find millions of counterfeit GME shares every day and push the price down with their spoofing and their dog pool abuse, and the SEC is watching it, practicing willful blindness, the DOJ is watching it, practicing willful blindness, the FBI is watching it, practicing willful blindness, eventually the chickens are coming home to roost. And I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe one of the civil lawsuits is going to expose a majority of the fraud and corruption, and then the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI are going to be shamed into doing their job. When MicroStrategies announced they bought more Bitcoin, their price went up. But when GME announces that they bought more Bitcoin, their price goes down. Why? Because of the fraud and the manipulation. And everybody knows about it. The bad actors don't even try to hide it because the evidence is right there in our faces. But the thing is, they own the SEC, they own the DOJ, they own the FBI. So nobody's going to hold them accountable. So they can rob and steal in broad daylight with no mask because they know nobody's going to knock on their door and put them in handcuffs. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think GameStop announcing that they purchased 4,710 Bitcoin, worth about 513 million more or less. Do you think that should have been a positive catalyst for the GME stock price? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.